Hello everyone, Krydex here, and welcome back to pYanodon's Season 3. We still need an alarm over there. In our last episode, we got some rocks chopped, and that means we now have 4 moss. So we should be able to get a moss farm going. And we can start growing moss, which we need in medium amounts, actually, to start producing trees. And we need trees in medium to large amounts to create wood and fiber and all sorts of other helpful things. Now, there is an extra stone recipe for moss. It's interesting. You get twice as much moss, but that's a lot of stone. Look at that recipe. We go from 8 to 16. So it's double the moss in 80% of the time. But the problem is it requires more than 1 stone per moss. So it's not really worth it yet. There are times where you have absurd amounts of stone and it's worth it. And then there are further moss recipes. But for now, we're just going to do muddy sludge and carbon dioxide. Now, carbon dioxide requires coke in a high pressure furnace. Oh yeah, I forgot they made these bigger. This still feels like the new art and new model to me. The old one was 5x5, I think, and now it's 7x7. Yeah, they made it a lot bigger. I kind of miss the old one. But anyway, we can make CO2 pretty easily from coke. Can we make it any other way right now? I mean, there's about 1 million ways to make it, but biomass... It's actually easier to look in FNEI because it'll be in order of technology. So there's that one. That's really to make lime, not to make CO2. You happen to get CO2 out of it. But this is 40 CO2 per coke, and that's only, what, like 6? I guess the biomass one is kind of the next best one. I thought there was another way to make CO2 that was easy. But it must be the biomass one I'm thinking of. Moondrop greenhouse can just straight up make it. Is that a turd one? That might be a turd recipe. That's the other problem with FNEI, is that some of these are turd related recipes, and I don't know if there's an easy way to tell. Like if I look, for example, if I look for fiber, we will probably see both recipes here. Yeah, see, here's the turd fiber recipe. So I guess the way you can tell that it's a turd recipe is it doesn't have an unlock. That's probably the way to tell. If it doesn't have a research that unlocks it, it's probably a turd recipe. Anyway, all that to say, we're gonna need to bring coke down here. We might just produce coke down here. We're gonna need coke all over the place. And I need the coal gas for the aluminum ore, so it could make sense to bring a belt of raw coal. I wonder if there's a raw coal patch down here. I want to do a tiny bit of exploring. Let's see if there's a raw coal patch. I don't actually remember. I did enough scouting to know that we had all the necessities within arm's reach, but other than that, I didn't. It's not like I memorized locations of patches. Here's our next bioreserve patch. There's our next iron and copper patch, it looks like. How much copper is here? Ooh, it's a small patch. 9 million, 19, or well, 10 million really. Yeah, that should be enough of those. Let's see. It looks like aluminum to the west. Here. Not seeing any raw coal. Is that niobium? No, zinc. Zinc. What are you zinking about? Aluminium at 29 million. Zinc at 46 million. I gotta say, it feels nice to know the patches aren't gonna run out overnight. No raw coal. There's titanium. Ah, titanium. We will need titanium in the near-ish future, so that's good that we scouted that out. It's kind of... It's used in buildings for a while before you use it in any automation, so we'll need... You know, we'll need a small amount of it automated just to be able to build all the buildings we want. But you need to make acetylene to mine the titanium, and acetylene requires actually the recipe we were just looking at, which is the limestone plus coke equals lime plus CO2. You end up using that one to make. Also, this borax patch has got to be the tiniest little 7 million borax patch I've ever seen. Wow. And the worst part is it needs the crystal mines, so we're only going to be able to fit like, I don't know, maybe 7 mines on that or something. Despite the fact that I have 7 million borax. Alright, well, I like the idea of bringing more raw coal anyway, so let's do that. We're gonna need more belts. Belts over here. I'll just grab a lot. We're gonna use a lot here. And then miners, I can handcraft. Inserters we've got. Oh yeah, and I have lamps now because of glass. So I actually crafted some in between episodes. And we're gonna have to start plopping those down around the base. I do have the brighter lamps mod, which is made by yours truly. And it changes the light radius of lamps to be greater, so you don't need to place them as often. I just find vanilla lamps have such a small little radius, it feels like you have to place them everywhere to actually have your base be lit up at night, and I didn't love that. So I changed it. That's the beauty of modding. Alright, now... How many of these did we decide we actually need? Is it 4? Technically 5 if they're powering themselves. Also, I never disposed of the ash on these ones, so that's problematic. So 4, 5. So let's do this. Here and here. I'm very excited for electric miners. Do electric miners dream of electric sheep? So nice. Because the problem is I'm gonna need more than one more belt of raw coal. I may need to change the design where it's self-fueling. And then I can have belts coming out the bottom and the top, rather than kind of this weird thing I'm doing right now. Yeah, let's take a look at a self-fueling design. So this and this, if we're self-fueling, I mean, this honestly kind of already works. We just need to move these two to the other side. Hey, look, I made a self-fueling design. The problem being that it doesn't create a fully compressed belt because of how it works. What did I do last time? I also had a design like this, but this ends up not having space on the back. It works fine as long as you don't have anything back here. Don't I have electric miners already? No. No, I have fluid miners for stuff like aluminum, but they don't work on things like rock wool. Electric miners they require circuits. And Pi Science 1. So we're not seeing those for a long time. It'll basically be one of the first things we research when we get Pi1 packs. Anyway, so if I were to do it this way, the problem then becomes the ash. Because I can feed it with its own output in a way where it will produce a fully compressed belt. But then ash is the problem. And I mean, I could also get rid of ash like this. But then we're mixing ash and coal, which we don't want to do. Well, I guess I could put ash on the far side, but then I can't fuel itself with this coal. So I could have it go off the side. Here's the strat. There we go. There we go. So now the ash is going on the other side. Problem with that approach is now ash is on the same belt. My old approach, ash was already separated, and I don't have splitters, so if I want to separate the ash, now it's really hard to do because I need like 10 miners to do it. So maybe I don't do it that way. Maybe the old way is still good. And we just accept that it won't be fully compressed. This. And that last one will once in a while take one and it won't be perfectly fully compressed until I get electric miners. But it'll be really close to fully compressed, right? Because it'll get fully compressed after this last one, and then this one will take a raw coal once in a while. I mean, these only burn a raw coal every 6 seconds. So we're talking 1/16 of an item less than full compression. That's fine. Personally, I don't think that's the worst thing. So this is good then. So then 5 of these will make a fully compressed-ish belt. And it will send ash out the same way it's sending coal out, but that could be reversed. I could send ash in the opposite direction, but I don't think I will. So then I don't need to worry about the carriage lines going up in, so I can remove this and this and all this and this. Yeah, this is a good idea. I need to produce 2 belts of raw coal. Sort of, to go down there. 1 belt there. 1 belt there. Alright, hold on. We're hitting the reset button. Because we need to fit a lot more on here. Alright, this is gonna take some time. Get rid of carriage, get rid of ash. I'm gonna put away the belts for now. I can help you guys a little bit. They're so cute. Oh, wait, I actually wanted those because that's the template of what I'm actually doing. All right, so this is the build, as it were. Okay. And no! Then we need some stone brick to go right there. Perfect. Okay. 5 miners. That right there should produce a full belt. And then to get the full belt out of it, we need to do that, this, that. Well, that's ash, so. And this goes in front. Okay. So something like that is good for a full belt of raw coal. I'd like to have another one. Can we make a submachine gun yet? Kind of need one. Alright. You guys come a little further forwards. Oh, no. Did that wrong. Needs to be here. Okay. Those out of the way. Alright, that should work. Start the first one, and it should all go. And then we also have the carriage in, which is a whole different topic. This is the carriage in recycling line. That's an ash disposal line. So the carriage in recycling, that's just a random fuel line. So we could do 1, 2, 3. And this carriage in line will go over there. And then we'll have, I really wish we had splitters. I really wish we had splitters. So that's a raw coal line. Can we rely on the carriage in line having enough? You know, do I need to do weird stuff like this? Where they support each other? I have no idea. I think we can rely on the carriage in. The only way we stop getting carriage in is if I stop storing stone brick, which is not going to happen anytime soon. Oh, we might be okay. Our nearest power source. Some light going. Yeah, see, brighter lamps just makes it such a nice aura from a single lamp instead of a terrible tiny little circle that's like this big and you need another lamp right here. Ugh. Yeah, I'm being a little sarcastic, but it feels that bad sometimes. Alright, now one of the belts, I didn't really pay attention. I should have paid more attention. Where does the belt go that ends up going to my power? Because I definitely messed that one up. That's this one. Okay. So off to the left is the power belt. Over there. Over here is a random fuel belt, and then this is now an extra belt, which I will probably also bring over to the left. Ugh, we have so many belts over here. Maybe I do one there. Okay, there we go. That's a little smarter. Oh, we're already out of belts? No, I put away all the belts. That's right. Okay, so then to a third belt. There, Control V and then scroll. I always forget about this. No! Control V, Shift, scroll. There we go. This is what we want. And this gives us yet another belt. But the ash is not really working out so great. Also, what's the ash count on these bad boys? 0.833. So we can handle basically all 4 belts on one side. 4 belts of raw coal production on one side of an ash belt collection. Technically. So if I'm mixing a little bit of sidage like that, we should be okay. Actually have it down here. Go this way, go that way, go this way, go that way. I think that works. We basically got 1.5 of that. Yeah, that's only 5 on one side. Should be okay. Alright. This one started. And then, now that we have all this extra space, I'm glad we did this. This was worth it. Probably right here. And then this guy will be to make the coke and stuff up here. Coke for steel. I could try to make a main coke build area right now, but I just don't think that's really worth it at this stage of the game. Oh, we're not gonna. How is ash still on this? Where is that coming from? Dear goodness. Is that the ash from my coal or copper production? I think it is. But anyway, there's raw coal. Alright, that's a lot of raw coal. That's a lot of raw coal. Okay, do I want to go around? Or do we want to go through? I want to go through. What's up, Simon? We are, well, as you can see, working on raw coal. Partially because I just need more coke, and I just need to have more coal in different parts of the base, so I'm going for it. What I also need is a submachine gun to destroy stuff better. When do I get this stupid thing? After the evaporating process? What? Oh, because you need to make gunpowder to make bullets. Oh, funny. We can make the submachine gun, though. But you need sulfur and saline water. And you need acid gas, which needs tailings. How do you get tailings at this stage of the game? Probably from one of these things. Good God. No, we're not doing all that. We're not doing all that. I will be able to make the submachine gun, though, so that's probably worth it. We have some amount of ammo that will last us. Okay, well anyway, that's all set up. I can ignore these dumb chests for now. Bring the coal down. Okay, and now I've got these extra coal belts, which I will bring over. I will not change. Why would I change? I have no need for armor. Armor doesn't give you any... What? Well, that must be a pie thing. Okay. Hey, we got free 20 inventory. I had no idea light armor gave you 20 inventory. Is that new? Like, was that around when pYAE started, or is that a newer development? I definitely don't remember that being a thing. Huh. Well, that's nice. We needed that inventory space. How long ago did we unlock armor? Did we start with it? No, you needed to craft 50 steel. So once you get your first 50 steel, that's a 20 inventory bonus. Okay, that's nice. I'm not really sure what I want to do with all this raw coal, but I just feel like having belts of raw coal is so handy. You can do so much with it. So we'll just bring both over here. And there we go. And then we'll make coke on site, which I still don't have radar, so I have to walk over there because I can't copy it from map view. Yeah, Simon, I don't mind tips like that. I don't totally... Like, for me, backseating's an interesting beast because it's kind of like the it's not what you say, it's how you say it type situation where, like, half of the backseating I don't like isn't really what the person's saying, but the way that it feels like they're telling me how to play the game. And sometimes the frequency, it's like, okay, at this point it feels like they're just wanting to play the game and they're just telling me everything that they would be doing instead of what I'm doing. Like, that's a little much. But if it's stuff like that where it's like, hey, light armor gives you an inventory bonus, you know, like, I don't mind stuff like that at all. That's helpful. Because there's lots of things I'm either not going to notice or I don't already know, or a combination of the two. I just crashed the game by trying to vertically flip that. That's new. Okay. Let me pause the recording real quick. Okay, we are back, future YouTube. So the problem is the valves. If you have a valve in your copy paste thing, I assume it can rotate. Yeah, it can rotate fine, but if you do H or V to flip it horizontally or vertically, it crashes. So what I'm gonna have to do if I want to copy this setup, which I do, is basically plop it here. I'm gonna have to remove the valve from the blueprint, and then I should be able to flip it around and stuff. Ah, if I can left click it. V, H. Yeah, that works fine. So it's definitely valves. I will be reporting that, and I'm guessing it'll get fixed, hopefully. Though it is weird. It's like causing the game to hard crash, you know, like Windows dialog error box type crash, which is not very standard these days. So, like, it's kind of hard to even get that to happen, you know? All right, what do I actually want from this? I don't want... I wish you could... I know this is a weird idea, but I kind of wish you could deconstruction planner on the blueprint. Let's get rid of those. The coal comes in there. This is all fine. Coal comes in here. All right, let's put it there. And then I need 5 DDCs. Oh, and then we lost our light armor because that happened before the crash, and we lost the squiggling of all the belts here. It'd be so handy to remove a whole area from a non-square shaped build. Yeah, I mean, I guess the idea is that you just... What you would do is you would paste it, and then you would remove it, and then you would copy that. You know, like, that's the kind of obvious solution to such things. But it's still a different thing than being able to modify the blueprint itself. So there's still a use case for that. Alright, and then we wanted this one to be the main one. Got those two. And then I want them to be over here. Yeah, if you have bots that want to build it before you can deconstruction planar it, that's where having a zone in your map view that you go to plan things is actually nice. And this is where, you know, there's some things where it's like, okay, Captain of Industry has figured this out. They have what's called, I can't remember the name of it, but it's basically blueprint mode. And you can just, or planner mode or something, and you can basically, you just build normally, nothing happens, and you're kind of planning out the whole thing before you hit the go button at all. And that would actually be nice to have in Factorio as well, because construction bots get stuff done faster than you want them to. Alright, for now we'll split this one off. I definitely don't need a full belt of raw coal going to coke and coal gas and all that stuff, but it's something. Alright. I need more DDCs, which needs more copper. And I don't know what else. Actually seems like that's it for now. How are we doing on materials? Decent. Pipes, getting low on those. One of the problems with pipes is that they are an ingredient in so many buildings. And they're also an ingredient in so many buildings that are also buildings that are an ingredient in other buildings that also have pipes. So you end up with a lot of, like, a single building can cost you hundreds of pipes situations. So if you want to handcraft buildings, you got to carry a lot of pipes, is what I'm saying. All right. Good night, Thomas. Thanks for hanging out. I will now craft my submachine gun. Okay, well, with any luck, this situation should get us what we need. What am I really doing here? Splitters at home. That's what we're doing. I don't think I need iron oxide for anything, so we're just gonna fill her up. Power going. And there we go, DDCs. This is more coal gas for the fluid mining drills, which is interesting. And more tar. But I don't want to bring the tar all the way up to there for fueling the glassworks. Do steam engines stack to 50? Because if they do, that's not a bad idea. They only stack to 10. That's part of the problem. So it doesn't change that much. I mean, yes, it's you're saving yourself 1 stack of iron, half a stack of pipes, and half a stack of small parts. So they're only double density. So it's not that crazy. Like at most, it's gonna save you a couple slots. I mean, it's not a bad idea. I just don't. It's not gonna make a huge difference. Okay, so that is for over here. We now are gonna make CO2 with this coke. Maybe we'll do 2. What's the rate? Each one, oh, it's pretty slow. They only make 16 CO2 a second. I don't remember how much we need though. At full rate, what are you gonna need? You're gonna be about 4 times faster than this, roughly. So you're gonna need about 1 a second. Okay, that's not bad. And then muddy sludge. What is? It's tickling me. Muddy sludge is going to be just water. So we need soil extractors. And then the muddy sludge goes in a washer, I believe. It is true that steam engines go in everything, though. I mean, literally. Not soil extractors. And not foundries. But every other building... Every other building on this row has steam engines as an ingredient. So, in that sense, having a few stacks of steam engines isn't a bad idea, just because it's saving you a crafting step. Oh, sorry, saving you a crafting step as well. But I kind of want to make a mall-ish. I know it's weird, but I think, because often it feels like in these games you either make a mall, a big mall, or you don't. And if you make a mall, then you stop needing to carry around all the intermediates and you can just carry the buildings. Or you just carry the intermediates and you handcraft buildings as you need them. Those tend to be the 2 main approaches. I think what I'm going to do, though, is I might automate some of the ones that are a little easier to, like the ones that only require, you know, basically these ingredients that you're seeing for the washer. Those are all ingredients that are pretty easy to get together, and I could automate just a few of the major buildings that you see over and over again, like destructive distillation columns, foundries, fluid mining drills, high pressure furnaces, maybe jaw crushers, and maybe washers. And little fruit flies that get in the house. And then maybe something like a pressure pump would be nice. You know, like, I don't think I need to automate these buildings because you often just build them once in a while. But, like, botanical nurseries are a maybe. Probably not those. But yeah, a few of these, you know, you do use again and again and again. A make everything machine for buildings certainly is on the list of things I will... Sorry, I keep hitting the mic. Certainly on the list of things I will probably do at some point in this pie run. I'm not going to start with it, though. Alright, I'm going to put that down there. A little bit more space. And then a washer. I don't know what the ratios are for any of this stuff. So muddy sludge is 2.5 soil a second. These are 2 soil a second, so it's pretty close. And then that's... Yeah, we're only going to need one of these basically forever. And I can just jam them up against each other like this. Connect the water across. that. Connect power. You had 2 machines making moss farms in your speedrun. Yeah, that is how a speedrun is different. we will plop Mars, you know. There'll be many hours between plopping moss farms down. I do not think it's going to be a regular occurrence. Though moss is one of the few that might be worth automating, even for me, just because I do know, even in the amount of Pi that I've played, you need moss farms quite often. Because moss goes into a lot of stuff. Which is different than some of the other flora. Okay, oh, we didn't belt this over. Alright, that should do it. And a lamp. I love lamp. And now we need to re-put the valve in because we had to delete it because of the bug. And then the tar, we're gonna need a sinkhole. Where are sinkholes? Okay, they're in production. Yeah, exactly. You need a lot of moss for all the animal stuff. I know it feels like a crime to just ditch the tar, but for now, this is fine. We will do a lot of different things with coal gas and tar and syngas, but that's a project for a different moment. I could build a tailings pond and then an overflow valve. I guess that's probably slightly more responsible, because at least then we have a nice stockpile of tar for when we want to use it. I have room for a tailings pond is why that's easy. What is that? I don't know what that is. How is Pi treating me today? Today, Pi is treating me quite well. No complaints, actually. The Zen Garden is real. Alright. Easy. And then the lamp over here. Okay. Finally getting there. Muddy sludge. Oh, we are there. We just need power. Huzzah! Green pixels! We are making moss. Alright. That feels good. Our first alien life reproductive cycle is now underway. So this will grow infinite moss as long as I still have coke and, I mean, water's infinite and free. So as long as we have raw coal over here, we will get moss. And it's a pretty, like, I get 8 moss from 100 CO2, and 100 CO2 is gonna come from only like 2.5 coke. So that's actually worse than I thought. That's quite a lot of coke per moss that you end up using. But anyway, this is gonna take 5 ever to finish because of the not having enough modules yet. But then once these are done, we can put them in the module slots, and then obviously I have more. And yeah. Simon, the way that I set it up, it would... no, you're right. Tailings ponds were vacuums before. So yeah, that wouldn't have worked. It works now, though, because the tailings pond has the same thing. Which might be a bug, because it does still say in the description. They either need to change the description, or they need to fix tailings ponds to work the way they used to work. Because I do know what you're talking about. It doesn't work that way anymore. Now they basically are a tank. And I'm guessing they'll fix that. Alright, so anyway, we've got the moss. Now the forestry. Well, we're gonna need a lot of things over here, so let's kind of get some stuff started. So the forestry buildings, I want to get rid of these trees. Don't worry, we'll make more trees. Alright, you guys will have brothers and sisters. Alright, now the ash, what does that do for us? So the water is a no-brainer. Like, you would be crazy to not use the water recipe. Because it cuts the crafting time down by 20%, and it gets you 33% more logs for the amount of tree seedlings, so it's more productive. So it's just better all around. The ash is a little bit of a different question. You get 50% more trees, but it's 30 ash. So that's a significant amount of, like, you're talking 5 ash per log, and 1 log is 5 wood. So you're talking 1 ash per wood produced. That's not insignificant. That is a lot of ash. It really does add up. We have enough right now. We're not really using ash for anything else, so it's a great way to start if you can get the ash down here. But it's not, you know, strictly better. I will probably hand deliver some ash for now. And we have an ash belt for something. I think it's for science. So maybe I can route that same ash down here. But even then, that will give me less than 1 belt of wood potential. It's probably easier to make ash on site. Okay, so we already have this guy, flora spollen and reprocessing for the decaying of when the flora. So tired of not having radar. Not being able to look at different parts of my base on map view is really annoying. So yeah, like these are gonna start to build up soon, I'm guessing. I don't know where the spoilage process is at, but it seems like this whole belt is about to be spoiled. And then once it is, it's all gonna go into this chest. And what we could do is we could then provide some steam to a botanical nursery to rejuvenate all of them. And we'd get some free biomass out of it. And I say all of them, it looks like you get about 75% back. Because it's 5 to 10. And I'm pretty sure when Factorio gives you a range of items like that, it is always a normal distribution. Uniform distribution is what my brain was thinking. It's flat, like you have an equal chance to get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm pretty sure that's always how it works. I don't think mods can change that, so that you can just figure out the average by adding the numbers and dividing by 2. So 5 plus 10 is 15, divided by 2, 7.5. There you go. So I think that's worth it if you care to, but the reason I don't think it's worth it right now is we have 807,000 flora, and so if a few hundred spoil from time to time every 3 hours, I really don't care. The only problem is the alarm is needed because we're gonna have to trash it somehow, so I'll need the burners or something. Hey, it finally finished. First moss complete. Wonderful. Now the recipe will only take, I don't know, 150 seconds or something. I wish you could invert. Huh. I hadn't thought about this before, but sometimes you want to see seconds per item instead of items per second. And it would be cool if rate calc had an invert button. Where you could click it and it would show you, you know, the inverted measure. Huh, interesting. Anyway, I don't think I'm gonna set that up. The tree seedlings is what we want. We can also make sap seeds, which we will need soon, to make sap trees. I don't need sap for this process, but we will need sap for making circuits, which is on the horizon. We're getting there. I'm not playing super fast. We would already have circuits by now if I was really rushing, but We'll get there eventually. Alright, so then power up this bad boy, and we will be able to feed it moss and tree seeds. I should make a few more moss farms. Let's get... Oh, I need soil. And aluminum. Where is my soil right now? I guess I could just grab some from there. Yeah. Put another one right there. And then... How to do this? Just go with the classic build. And then the muddy sludge. There. You could always control click exactly 200. Yeah, that does change things a little bit. Alright. We do need some tree seeds. That, I guess, is actually pretty easy. Delete this. Tree seeds. I want assemblers right there anyway. Tree seeds. Done. Okay, so finish this off. Copy those. I don't know if the bots will deliver. I'm curious. We'll find out when this recipe finishes if the bots deliver, if these type of bots deliver modules. If they don't, that will be a downside from nanobots. So far, they've been way more powerful than nanobots, but if they don't deliver modules, nanobots do deliver modules. So that will be a big difference, and I will be sad if they do not deliver modules. I guess I can find out. Well, no, I have copy-paste modules enabled. What's the easy? I guess if I'm out of range, it should... No, copy-paste modules has an infinite range. How do I do this then? I do this by getting rid of those, pasting that in, and then picking them up. Okay, good. The bots can deliver modules. Confirmed. We'll have that happening, and now tree seeds are done. One tree seed makes 3 tree seedlings, and 3 tree seedlings makes 4 trees if we're just using water. If I grab some ash, we can make more logs. That's probably how we want to start. Wait, no. What am I thinking? That's not the tree recipe. The tree recipe needs planter boxes. Oh, I forgot about this. Ugh, it's so gross. I really wish I had remembered this when we were setting up science. I would have made extra planter boxes to go off to the side. It doesn't need to be a lot, but a small trickle of automated planter boxes would have been a very smart idea. Because you need some for your sap stuff, you need some for your tree stuff, but a small trickle would be plenty. So it's possible that I might try to modify that build to provide a trickle. I would need to expand it a little bit more so I could, maybe once I have splitters, because we do have extra production capacity. I don't know if you remember this, but we're only using 1.6 of the 2 for the 2 automation science packs. So we can, at least in terms of the assembler count, have an extra amount of planter boxes coming out of this. No, I like that idea. I will need more soil for that. This actually uses all the soil and stuff like that, but... just put an inserter in chest. Well, no, because I want to output them. And currently, the restriction we have is on wood for planter boxes, so we're not going to have any extra right now. But I mean, you're right, that would be a way to collect some, but I want to like put them on a belt and have it automated and everything, which would require some more space. All right, what are we doing? More moss? More moss. Oh no. Oh no, they don't automatically insert. That's so annoying. Oh no. So what just happened a minute ago? What? 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 I have no modules. I pick them up, nothing gets placed. But that's not what just happened a second ago. What happened was... these were all... well, now I'm screwing it up. These were all filled. I took them all out. I put them all in here. I copied one that has the requests over. I grabbed these. And then a bot did build it. A bot did put them in. But now they're not. I swear that's exactly what I did before. I took them out. I put them away. I copied the request. Picked them up. And a bot put them in. And now it's not. Oh, that's so annoying. It's fine. We do have copy-paste modules, so that helps. But that makes me miss nanobots. Cause you use modules a lot in Pi with the alien life stuff, and it's just nice to not have to manually worry about that. That makes me really miss nanobots. That also makes me realize Blueprint Shotgun isn't the perfect replacement either, because of the issue of placing modules. So really, I still miss nanobots, and I hope somebody fixes nanobots for 2.0. And someone kind of already did, but I got that mod and it crashes the game on load with Pi installed, or at least the mods that I have installed. So it's not a great fix yet. Alright, so each one is 0.08 when it's at full speed. That's not very fast. Yeah, this is really annoying. I wonder if there's a way... is there a mod setting for it? I guess I should check that before I complain about it. Oh. You can't search the setting itself. Or I mean the category. I've always thought, like, if you want to see the bottleneck light settings, I think for mod settings search, it should include all the settings that are in a category that matches your search name. Because often you have no idea what the actual setting words are, but you know the mod that you want to search for settings for. So this is where the classic like Factorio UI design, I don't think search should work the same way here, but I think the devs are very much like, it should work the same way everywhere. Like, you're crazy to imply otherwise. And I think this is a situation where most people would prefer if search, I mean, it should do both. Like it should, if I type explicit, it should find this word explicit in the options, but it should also find a mod called, you know, explicit default locked slots and show me all the settings of that mod. Anyway, we're looking for construction drones continued, and it seems like they have no settings. I think they're called construction drones, right? Is it continued? Is it construction drones 2.0? Is it construction drones? Oh, updated construction drones. There it is. That's not a setting that's going to help. And does not seem to have any settings. All right, well, that's a bummer. Guess I'm manually placing modules until I have actual construction bots. That's sad. That's a sad day. But on the plus side, we're about to have enough moss. Hooray! Alright, so that is the moss, and now we can turn moss into tree seedlings, and then we can turn tree seedlings into trees. Let me make just a forestry to make the trees themselves. Oh, just kidding. Is it in a botanical nursery? Which now I need logs for. We're running out of logs, but soon we'll have them automated. I need 50 soil now. Keep hitting the mic. It must be too close. That's why. Alright. There we go. Botanical nursery. Handcraft some flower boxes, you know, as an engineer does. And then we're gonna need more planter boxes. Is that true? Did the old picker dollies allow you to shift ghosts over? I thought it did. But I can't remember for sure. I could be wrong about that. That's one of those memory things where I'm like, I seem to remember doing that, but it's very possible I'm fooling myself, and there is no such memory. Anyway, tree seedlings are a go, and now we just need more planter boxes, which means I need to go find some more trees to chop down for them. Okay, southwest. Alright. Some of the last trees that we will have to manually chop, because my rule that I decided is that I can use construction drones to destroy forests once I'm producing my own logs and wood. Because then it's not cheating to get more logs than I should be able to get otherwise. The word cheating is a very ill-defined word, but, you know, what I've defined to be cheating for myself. This is a single-player game, after all. I do not judge you if you use construction drones to gather logs. You're losing out on the Zen garden experience of running around and chopping trees. Alright, I do need to collect some planter boxes. What I might actually do is tell... Well, I don't have enough logs. Well, I have 57 logs. That might be enough. I'm gonna actually... What am I gonna do? I'm gonna turn that sideways, and I'm gonna do this. So, half of my wood, instead of going to science, will go to planter boxes for a minute. That'll help. Yeah, I mean, Simon, I mainly just wanted to have to chop some trees manually rather than... Because you get the construction drones from the minute one, you know, and it feels a little unfair if I just never have to chop a tree in my life. But at the same time, I've probably only spent 20 minutes of my playtime chopping trees total, so it's probably not a huge difference one way or another. Alright, there we go. We're making our first tree! And then once we have that... Oh, let me go get some ash. We're talking about that. 23,000 ash. Should last a while. Created the first tree at 10 hours and 38 seconds. Nice. 23,000 ash. That is a lot of ash. It is an ash load. Alright, and then we need the seedlings also on a belt. So we'll have the seedlings go that way. Get collected. Let's see, how do I do priority for this? Seedlings, and then we offload if we have enough on the belt. That one. 16 is what I was trying to type, and then that will go over here. And that's actually behind the building. This is the one thing that can be hard with pie buildings, is sometimes, again, a reason why I actually like to automate them like this. Or not automate, but what's the word? Place them, array them vertically, because it's a lot less confusing. Just because of the perspective, sometimes the buildings are taller or not than their sprites, and that can be a lot of visual confusion. Because what's weird is some buildings do actually have their box, like it's clear the building has vertical height to it, but the height is actually blocking things from being placed. And then other buildings like this one actually allow you to place things behind the sprite of where you can see. So it is a bit inconsistent, I will say. It generally trends towards allowing you to place things behind the sprite, but it's not always the case, so it's a little weird. Alright, do that, and then this, and this, and we need water, so we'll just up here for that. Will I be crafting something from the trees? You mean the tree modules themselves? I don't think so. No. Just when eventually you get to Mark II tree seeds, you need a bunch, but not until then. The trees purely exist to be modules for now. So I don't need to craft them super commonly. And we need, what is that, 10 to get this going? So we're still getting things rolling here. Let's get moss unloaded and loaded into here. Is that fast enough? Yeah, these make 0.32, so that's fast enough. So moss is automated. Let me go grab some more planter boxes. Sweet. Get trees going. I'm gonna check that off the list because we're basically there. There's 58 planter boxes. Should be enough for now. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, a tree is only one planter box. That should work. And then I need some of the tree seedlings. I'm actually going to steal those two. Actually need to go to make logs. And then ash. Okay, so wait. The seedlings are going to be on the right side here. So on the left side, we need ash unloading. I don't know the rate we're going to actually end up needing. Probably about 2 of these. And there we go. Power, I guess, is important. So I like it to be consistent where I can. So we'll do 1 beneath the inserter. And then, of course, that doesn't connect. So we're going to need 2 more. So 1 beneath the inserter. 1. We'll put them in front of the little gaps in the fence. Nope, that doesn't connect. And there, 1 there. Alright, we're doing it. We're making logs. Nice. Oh, it feels so good. Alright, I don't remember how fast these go. I guess we could... Oh, that's a new sound, too, the actual tree chopping sound. And the birds. Yeah. Cool. Alright, so that guy makes about 0.1 a second, so... and it's only going to get faster, so it'll make about 1.3 a second, maybe. Or 0.13, 0.14, maybe, the rest of the modules. Well, I could just double this speed, roughly. Okay, so 0.16-ish. But then you multiply that by 5, so it's about 0.8 wood per second per forestry-ish. We'll get the exact numbers here in a minute. There we go, created the first log. Okay, so it's 0.15, which means 0.75 logs a second. And I'll need some more wood processing units. Where are you guys at? This one. We're out of iron. And we're out of stone. Oh boy. Am I out of small parts? No, I'm not out of small parts. Not out of pipes. Air conductors. Okay, so just iron. Copper's okay. And stone. Where do I keep stone? I do not remember. Stone patch is over here. Am I keeping stone somewhere? I just realized I don't think I'm keeping stone anywhere. Sorting it. But I don't think I have a couple chestfuls of stone, which I probably should. We'll do that. I already have a couple chestfuls of stone sitting around. That much I know. Sweet. Okay, and then we'll have to belt the wood over to our science production at some point and all that, and then get a, you know, wood processing unit set up to chop all the logs into wood. They go pretty fast. Yeah, 1 log per second, so I'm only gonna need 1 of these. I don't think logs do anything else either. Small electric poles for now. Other than that, not really. Whatever that is. Crud pyrolysis. Pyrolyze the biocrud into useful hydrocarbon chains. Biocrud and red hot coke? Makes carbon black. That's rubber. Huh. Interesting. Get that in green science? Huh. Okay. Carbon black is pretty... Am I remembering that right? Is carbon black not rubber? No, no, it totally is. Totally is. Oh, no, latex is the harder one. Carbon black was never the hard one. Am I remembering that wrong? Yeah, carbon black is the anthracene oil. It's the latex that's the really annoying one to get for rubber. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. Alright, wood belt. Come over here, I guess. And then go up. I'm leaving lots of space. It's just... Oh, it feels so good to have things, like, mostly empty. I promise it will pay off eventually. Or maybe it won't. And I just wasted some belts and walking time. Who knows? Yeah, there you go. I will get one stack of logs kind of just stolen off of that. Yeah, there we go. And what do trees stack to? 50? Yeah, that's about right. This is actually making... Oh, I'm not making tree seeds. Okay, hold on. So what we need to do is steal wood off of that to make tree seeds to then go into there. That should all work fine because wood turns into tree seeds. Okay. And I'll get it started with that. So now we're good on tree seeds. And then... What's not automated? The planter boxes are not automated. Moss is... I definitely should connect, if we can, the coal gas, because it's just free coal gas right here. Free real estate. Perfect. Okay, and it'll still overflow at 90 anyway, so that doesn't really matter. Okay, tree seeds are automated. Logs need tree seeds, but tree seeds are all being turned into trees. But as soon as I have 16, it should throw some tree seeds onto this belt. Ah, it's on the wrong side. Because I literally knew it would be on that side, and I still screwed it up. Okay, cool. Got it. Alright, grab this one. Wait, tree seeds spoil? What is going on? Why did I not see that? Oh, they decay in 1 hour into tree seeds? They only live for an hour? Oh no! We love our Zen garden. Okay, so what that means... what does that mean? That just means we're gonna have a lot of wasted... a lot of wasted stuff. What it might mean... Do they start... They do start spawning. So we only want to run the tree seedling maker. What's the rate on that, by the way? Oh. So I can only run 2 forestries on 1 tree seedling maker. And it's an exact ratio. 0.075, 0.15. I mean, if we click on it, it should show. Yeah. These numbers are a little confusing, but basically plus 0.05 or 0.5 means that we have half more than we need of tree seedling makers. So what that means is I should just be able to let it run constantly. No, because that's not accounting for the tree seedlings to make trees. No, but that's okay. We don't need to do that most of the time. Okay, that's actually fine. Okay, so the trees go in here. And that means if it's running constantly, we should be okay. Oh yeah, you're right. I can add with shift. I always forget that that's a thing. Thank you for reminding me. You can also subtract, I think, with like control. No. Shift. Alt. Okay, maybe you can't subtract. Or maybe you can subtract if it's already on there. No. Right click. That's what it is. Shift right click to subtract. Can you go into the negatives? No. Anyway, so if that runs constantly to perfectly match these, we should just be happy, and I don't need to worry about it, right? So, put 2 just for now. Later, like ideally we would have a splitter with a priority going, you know, to the side type thing, but so the only way these would decay is if I run out of ash or I get stopped up on logs. Those are the ways that it would decay. And then I would basically just need to recycle tree seeds on the end here and send them back up here as priority input, which they will be with the way that I just set it up. So that works. It's ugly. I really actually don't like where I put that belt, but it does work. So, technically that means we're not going to have to worry about the tree seed spoilage. Though if that whole belt is full of tree seedlings, and then they all spoil, and we only need 1 tree seed to make 3 tree seedlings, then we're going to have too many. This belt will fill up to the same length that this belt was full, but then it'll only empty out 1/3 of the way. But then if these keep running for a little bit, it'll keep using up the tree seeds that were from the spoiled seedlings and not ones that are from wood. So that should be okay. Output for the bottom tree grower. Yeah, we need that. So that should be fine. Attention. Oh god, you're right. Oh, I keep forgetting. Gleba flashbacks. Oh man. Yeah, they can spoil anywhere. Anywhere that tree seedlings show up, they can spoil. They can spoil inside of this building. They can spoil inside of this building. They can spoil everywhere. Oh, they're gonna spoil on this belt. Well, we're gonna deal with that later. Probably the right way to do it is to only have these run when they're needed. I think that's actually not that hard to do. Combinators might be necessary. That, like, we could have a different one for each usage. Like, I could have a tree seedling maker for this guy, and it would only run if we need trees. Like, specifically, yeah, 3 at a time. These make 3 at a time, so that's fine. And then we could have the ones that make the logs only make tree seedlings if we have enough ash and we don't have too many logs, and then we're confirmed that we will need them. I would need a combinator for that. Those are not close. Wait, what the heck? Oh, yeah, definitely not close. Oh god, they're really not close. We need batteries for combinators. We are a long way away from combinators. Okay, so then I could just do the simple condition of they only run if we have room for logs, and I'll just presume I have enough ash. I could put an alarm on ash. When do I get speakers? Ah, same time. They don't need batteries though, but same time. Combinators are later than I remember them being. That's pretty rough. Well, we are an hour and 25 minutes into this episode, and we've made trees, so I think it's a perfect place to stop. But, yeah, the spoilage... Do I regret the spoilage decision? No, but it certainly is going to, have an impact on our playthrough. Certainly. I'm excited about it, though. It's okay. But yeah, sweet. Well, for those of you watching from the future YouTube recording, as always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Yeah, see you in the next episode.